So now we need to all bow down, touch our head to floor. Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Stotra Sata His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Oh, Samveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for forming this wonderful Sangha here in Vrindavan. And we are meeting to read from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, which is entitled The Perfection of Renunciation. And we have today 3 verses to cover: 69, 70, and 71. So I'll read all these verses up to 71, and then we'll do together the last one with the purport. Nacha tasmān manuṣyeṣu. I'll read quickly through, na? And then 71 we will do together, okay? Nacha tasmān manuṣyeṣu kaścit me priya-kṛttamaḥ bhavitā nacha me tasmād anyaḥ priya-taro bhuvi. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Adhyeṣyate imam dharmyam saṁvādam āvayoḥ jñāna-yajñena tenāham iṣṭaḥ syām iti me matiḥ. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. 71. So now we'll do together. Shradavana nasu-yascha Shrinud-yad apiyo naraha Sopi mukta shubha lokan Prapnuyat punya-karmanam. Please recite.
Shraddhavan anasu'yascha Shrunyat apiyo naraha Sopi mukta subhalokan
Prapnuyat punya-karmanam. Shraddhavan anasu'yascha Yadapiyo naraha Sopi mukta shubha lokan Prapnuyat Prapnuyat punya-karmanam. Shraddhavan anasu'yascha Shrunyadapiyo naraha Sopi mukta subha lokan Prapnuyat punya-karmanam. Anyone else? Shraddhavan anasu'yascha Shrunyadapiyo naraha Sopi mukta subha lokan prapnuyat punya-karmanam. Okay, so we go word for word. Please repeat after me. Shraddhavan, faithful. Anasuyaha, not envious. Cha, and. Shrinuyat, does hear. Api, certainly. Yaha, who. Naraha, a man. Saha, he. Api, also. Muktaha, being liberated. Shubhan, the auspicious. Lokan, planets. Prapnuyat, he attains. Punya-karmanam, of the pious. Translation and the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to auspicious planets where the pious dwell. Yes, so purport. In the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gita being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only. But it so happens that sometimes devotee of the Lord will hold open class, and in that class not all the students are expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in Him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after that attain to the planetary system where all righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions, those who are righteous, are very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The word punya-karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifices like the Ashvamedha Yagya mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service but who are not pure can attain the planetary system of Pole Star or Dhruva Loka, where Dhruva Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord, and he is a special planet which is called Pole Star. We'll read the verse again. One who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. Om Jnāna-timirandasya Jnāna-yajñena Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Staptitam yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute tapta kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pritcharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dashitari Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Yes, so we are reading about glories of Bhagavad Gita. It's reaching the end. So the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna is also almost concluding. And now Krishna is saying what a wonderful conversation it was. We talked so nicely. Yeah? And after that Arjuna is also saying, Krishna, thank you so much for dispelling my illusion and for removing my bewilderment. Illusion is gone. I'm clear. I know what to do. So by hearing all this, Arjuna was free from his confusion and bewilderment. So means that his intelligence started to work. Yeah? So he could understand things as they are. And he knew what he has to do. So that's why in text 70, it is said here that this hearing of Bhagavad Gita is jñāna-yajñena. It's as Prabhupada writes here, worshipping by intelligence. Sometimes they write worshipping by knowledge. So it's a jñāna-yajñena. It means that by such kind of knowledge, by attaining such kind of knowledge, by cultivating such kind of knowledge of what Krishna says or about Krishna, one is getting purified from the all material misconceptions. Like here it is said in verse text 71, becomes free from sinful reactions. Yeah, it's like liberated. So similar statement is in a text 4:10, where also Krishna talks about purification through knowledge. And chapter 4 in general is entitled Transcendental Knowledge. So it has to talk about the knowledge and transcendental especially. So here it is said in text 10, being freed from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge, and thus they attained transcendental love for me. So they became purified by knowledge. From what? From attachment, from fear, and from anger. And this all happened by knowledge. Then there is another verse, 4:33, which also put emphasis on the same point. And it says, here again this jñāna-yajñena is mentioned. And it says, O chastiser of an enemy, Parantapa, he says, the science performed in knowledge is better than a mere sacrifice of material possessions. After all, O son of Pritha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. So he is saying that this kind of knowledge is this kind of sacrifice of knowledge. Hearing about Krishna or hearing Krishna's words are better than sacrificing material possessions. So it is said that also in the Bhagavatam, It's mentioned like here we read that one becomes free from sins, one becomes righteous, because he attains a planet of those where righteous people live. So in Bhagavatam also in the first canto in chapter 2 he said Shrinvata Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. So this Shravana Kirtan is a punya, very great pious activity. And then what it does, Krishna sitting in a cart, it purifies the heart from all material desires. So these material desires are the ones that create this sin and also sinful reactions. So this hearing, like it's mentioned here, frees from sinful reactions. So then in this verse, there are two types of people mentioned. The ones who listen with faith and one who listen without envy. So there's a difference. So the devotees will listen with faith. And depending on what kind of faith they have, that kind of gradation of devotee they also can have. And sometimes also someone who is not devotee can have faith. For example, karma kandis. They may also have some faith. They will think, if I hear and listen, then I sacrifice this hour, and then I will get so much benefit and I'll get some material profit. That's also faith. They know that Krishna could do this for them. But then there are pure devotees who also listen with faith, and then they attain, it's said here, pious planets. So it's described by our acharyas that this punya karmanam, the punya karmanam, the lokan, punya, shubhan lokan, punya karmanam, the auspicious planets where the pious live. So there can be so many varieties of these type of planets. So for this type of karma kandis, they will attain their type of planets, where it's Prabhupada says what you attain after performing Ashmaveda Yagya. So then there are Dhruva Loka. They are also pious planets. But then the most pious planets are those in the spiritual world. And out of all the spiritual planets, the most pious are those that are where Brajbasis live, Goloka, Vrindavan. And as we just mentioned the verse of Bhagavatam, where it said that Shravan and Kirtan is a topmost pious activity, and it purifies from the material desires, and not just material, any kind of desires. It purifies, except for, of course, our real natural desire, which is inherent in our heart eternally, which means to serve Krishna. That we can never be purified from that desire, because that desire is us. So that's why when we say purified from all desires, it naturally doesn't mean the desire to serve Krishna. What impersonalists or Mayavadis talk about being free from desires, it is actually artificial. So therefore we don't consider that. So in that way, Brajbasi is the most pious because they are fully purified from any kind of desires. They are even being purified from the desire to serve Krishna as God. They don't have any kind of selfish desire. Even they don't have a desire for associating with Krishna for their own satisfaction. When they are worried, when they suffer from separation, when the Krishna goes to the forest, or Krishna, then Yashoda is an anxiety, and then when Krishna goes home, then the gopis are in anxiety out of separation. But that separation is not the separation what we may think, or that's not even a separation that Rukmini felt in Dwarka when Krishna says, "Oh, what kind of husband am I? Maybe I should leave you." She also felt that separation and she fainted. But that's not the same kind of separation, because she fainted because she was worried, how I'm going to live without my husband. But what gopis were feeling, they were thinking, how will Krishna, who will satisfy Krishna? Yes, we know Krishna's nature, we know Krishna's desires. So they didn't think of their feelings. They didn't say, oh, poor us, how we will live when Krishna goes. They only were thinking that who will satisfy Krishna? How these city girls will satisfy the cowherd boy? The cowherd boy cannot be satisfied in the city. So they were worried by thinking about that. He just imagining how he will suffer, and he did do suffer. So that was the cause of their suffering. It's different. So that's the most pious thing. So therefore, when Srila Prabhupada many times mentions in all of his writings that we have to follow the footsteps of Brajbasis, he means that we should become fully selfless from any kind of selfishness, any kind of motivation, any kind of ambition. Yeah. He even writes in one place that ambition is a poison. It's a poison. And we can see Vishaya. I was speaking about this last time when I was here. Vishaya is sense gratification. For senses, Vishaya. But it also means poison, like you mentioned. Huh? So personal ambition in any field, whether it's a gross, I want to satisfy my gross skin, or I want to be praised, or I don't want to be praised, I just want to be accepted. I want to find a group of people where I can be me, and I can be like-minded, I can be with my friends, or at least they can accept me, who am I, and leave me alone. This is personal ambition. So this is poison. Poison of what? Poison of that spiritual realization that allows us to selflessly serve Krishna. So therefore, we should be purified. We should perform pious activities, punya, such as which one? Shravan and Kirtan. Yeah. So then we can purify from different poisonous effects. Like I just had some friends visiting, and one of them had a skin allergy. She couldn't touch, she touched flowers, she touched the fruit, and she got some blisters. She's getting some blisters on her fingers, and so much itchy and scratchy. So, and nothing helps. The doctors can give her just some kind of heavy creams or medicine that take this away, but it doesn't cure it. So then we went to one doctor here, and he explained it's actually that it's some kind of impurities, toxins in the blood. So then they gave her some kind of thing to clear the things, and they had to eat a lot of neem leaves and karela and everything. But the point that what is these toxins creating? They are creating the itchy sensation. So these toxins of vishaya, of this, the senses create that poison in us, and we have to just, all we keep doing is scratching our skin, and we are not able to serve Krishna purely for his satisfaction. Therefore, we have to advance in our spiritual life. We have to endeavor for purification. And this, even the purification, even advancement in spiritual life, many times we may think this is for our pleasure. Oh, if I get just ruchi for the holy name, I would chant so sweetly and would feel such a bliss, and I would drown in the ocean of ananda. This is selfish thinking. That's why many think, oh, I don't want any prema. I'm just preaching. I don't need any prema. Why you don't need prema? How you will satisfy Krishna with prema? Krishna says, I need your love. I need your love. This is what Krishna says. He wants love, our love. So what is love? It's prema. Otherwise, how you will satisfy Krishna? This is the best quality of prema, of love. Everyone has some love. Little bit love everyone has. But the most refined love is that prema. So, because of our selfish consciousness, we think that this prema is for us to enjoy. But actually, prema is for Krishna to enjoy. So if we really desire in our life to satisfy Krishna, then we have to endeavor to attain that prema. And there should be no other goal in our life. There should be nothing and no one could stand on our way. But we are the biggest obstacle that stands on our way. Because we cannot actually give up some things which we are used to, or some things which are easy. Because to endeavor for that refined consciousness, we have to be really meticulously scrubbing each nook and corner of our heart. Yeah? So that may not be so easy. But we have to do it. So there is said that, we go back a little bit, 68. You see, for one who explains this supreme secret to devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. The supreme secret, what is supreme secret? We read it in 9.2. Bhagavad Gita 9.2. What is supreme secret? Guya Uttama. Yes, Raja Vidya, Raja Guya. And yeah, so that the supreme secret is devotional service. What kind of devotional service? Mixed with selfish desire? Is that the supreme secret of Lord? Is that the supreme secret? Mixed with jnana? Mixed with yoga? No, pure. The pure devotional service is the that Raja Guya, Raja Uttama, yeah? Raja Guya, king of confidence. Yeah? So there is a confidential, there is a more confidential, most confidential. More confidential that we understand I am not this body. And that already gives us satisfaction and we think, oh, we have attained the goal. Just thinking about that. Yeah? Soul is amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. The problem is with body, I am not this body. Who even thinks like that? No? As soon as some little problem comes, I want to serve the deity. I want to fully surrender to the deity. Oh, cold coming. Oh no, doing arti, taking bath. No, I'll wait for the spring. Yeah? Is that non-identification with the body? Then you say, oh, don't be so harsh on me. You have to be very kind and sensitive. We are not the slaves here. No? People speak like this. Just now one pujari spoke to me like this. Do you think I'm your slave? No, I don't think you're a slave. But no problem. Everyone has their own understanding. But we have to accept the reality. We have to accept. We have to look at the we have to look in a face of the truth. We have to see. And we have to, no, we don't have to account to anyone, but at least to ourselves we have to understand that how much I am identifying or misidentifying with the body. So that's a confidential knowledge. The more confidential is to understand Krishna, to accept Krishna in a heart. In my heart, yes, but also in your heart and in everyone's heart. Krishna is in everybody's heart, not only in my heart, he's in everyone's heart. So what does it mean? Like now everyone is going to Ayodhya, install the temple. What does the temple mean? Is it a brick wall? No, it's spiritual. Why? Because Krishna is in there. So what means that Krishna is in someone's body? That the body is a temple. So what do you do when you see the temple? You offer pranam. So if you actually got this more confidential knowledge in your heart, you have realized, then you offer pranam to everyone because they are temple of Krishna. Yeah? Somebody was asking me, I really don't like this person. How can I actually respect that person? I cannot respect because we had a topic of respect. I really see it's not good qualities. This person doesn't have right qualities. He's cheating, he's speaking not something that he doesn't know, claiming knowing, but actually not knowing, misquoting Prabhupada and cutting out parts and like this. How can I respect that person? Maybe we don't have to respect him for his knowledge, but we need to respect him because that is a Krishna living in his body. So if Krishna can take this body as his abode, why cannot we respect that? Yeah, we should respect the chakra on the dome of a temple. We pay obeisance. So that's a more confidential knowledge. Can you imagine how advanced you have to be to do this? No? One thing is, I am not this body. I need to take baths. I need to worship the deity. Even if it's fog, I still have to wake up the deity early in the morning and do Mangalarti. It's cold, but a little bit tolerance is there. Huh? That is already very advanced. But then to go and offer respect to everyone as a temple of the Lord, oh, how much advance is that? Who is doing this? Huh? But we have to start. Not instead of looking who is in the world doing this. Nobody is doing this, then I'm also not doing. No, it doesn't work. No, you start, it's written here. You be the first, then everyone will follow. So, but what is the most confidential knowledge? Can you imagine how confidential and more confidential, how advanced is that? We're not even finding an example in our lives. No? Maybe we are not qualified to find. But what about most confidential? What does it mean, most confidential? It's a devotional service. As we mentioned, what? Pure devotional service. So that kind of devotional service is guaranteed for those who explain that secret, which is actually devotional service. Yeah? It is described by our acharyas that when you do it, when you talk, when you describe, when you tell others about bhakti, then you get bhakti. And after getting bhakti, you get Krishna. After getting bhakti, you get Krishna. Because Krishna is described that when a devotee's love and surrender is so mature, it like a magnet attracts Krishna. He can't resist. If you put iron here and you put magnet here, can a magnet resist? Have you ever seen that iron is not attracted to the magnet? So the same way, then the person has pure love in a heart. Krishna cannot resist. But if we want that love for our enjoyment, that's not pure. So we have to understand the purpose of attaining that pure love of God. It is for Krishna only. Because he says, you give me that flower, you give me that leaf, you give me that water. But what do I really want? It's bhakti. What did I say? Leaf, fruit. Yeah, fruit. I forgot about fruit. Okay, leaf, flower and water, I need bhakti. But fruit you can do without bhakti. Huh? It's like this? No. Anything you give me, I want that bhakti. Actually, I don't want anything. You don't give me anything. I don't need any of all these things. I need your bhakti. That fruit, flower, fruit, water, whatever, it's a symbol of your bhakti. Something that you can hold in your hand. But really wants bhakti. And what is the best bhakti? It is prema bhakti. Why we cannot offer Krishna best? We don't want to offer Krishna something half-half. Why we cannot offer best to the best? Is Krishna not the best? Best. Does not he deserve best? Deserve the best. Who can offer him the best? Can you offer him the best? You can offer best to Krishna? Yes? Yes. Everyone can offer him the best. So let's do it. Actually, the fact is that everybody already has prema. It's something that you have to go and find somewhere. Everyone already has prema. It's a nature of jiva. Is there anybody of us who is not jiva? You are not jiva? All are jivas. So the prema is jiva's nature. So where do you have to go to search for it? It's already here. Only what you have to do is to remove rajas and tamas. It's described in Bhagavad Gita. When prema is covered by rajas, it appears like lust. And when prema is covered by tamas, it appears like anger. But the intensity of motion is the same. All these emotions belong to Krishna. But they are clouded now, covered. But these emotions are already, they're coming from us, they're coming from jiva. But they are mixed with the modes. So by this Shravan Kirtan, we will purify them. And then we can offer the beautiful thing to Krishna. So that kind of person who explains that secret, it's very dear. It's said, and this is very more dear. There's no one more dear, nor will be ever more dear than that to me. There will be no one more dear. And one who studies it purifies is worshipping me by intelligence or by this jñāna-yajñena. Yeah, what we are doing now is jñāna-yajñena. Because Prabhupada says, without knowledge, you actually cannot understand, you cannot accept these things. What we are doing, we're getting knowledge now. We're getting knowledge. How can you have faith without knowledge? There are maybe someone who is born already on full face, but in previous life, knowledge is already there in him from previous life. So what we have to do is this Shravana Kirtana. So then, what we have to, also Kirtan? What kind of Kirtan we have to do? There are so many types of Kirtan. Yeah? And Kirtan is Yuga Dharma, Sankirtan is Yuga Dharma. That Mahaprabhu also brings. So this hearing is Shravan Kirtan. We can have Guna Kirtan, we can have Leela Kirtan, Rupa Kirtan. But out of all Kirtans, Nam Kirtan is the most potent, is the most powerful. So if we want quicker, then we do Nam Kirtan. Kirtan. Yeah, I know, in Hindi all is Japa Kirtan is mixed. Yuga Dharma is Sankirtan. Yeah, it said, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. It doesn't say Shri Krishna Japam. We don't hear Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Japam. It says Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. But should we not do Japa then? Shouldn't. We should. So we have to do Kirtan and Japa.
Japa is also as part of Sankirtan. Japa is also as part of Sankirtan.
As power of Sankirtan.
Is it?
You're asking question. You're asking question. It goes together. It supports each other. A Kirtan is what gives you taste for holy name. Yes. But Japa makes your Kirtan powerful. The more you do Japa, the more your Kirtan become powerful. And the more powerful Kirtan, the more taste you get for Japa. And then you chant more Japa, and then you can get more powerful Kirtan. And because that pure Kirtan, what you chant, you give others also so much benefit. So again we come back for that selfless activity. To selfless activity. Doing everything for benefit of others. Others mean what we said, I will do prema, I'm having prema because that satisfies Krishna, so I will do everything for Krishna's pleasure. We are doing everything for pleasure of others, for the benefit of others. Everyone and Krishna. Because Krishna is not alone. Krishna is not alone. He's never alone. He has everybody with him, including the jivas. Jivas are his. So jiva, okay. They're mine. Jivas are mine. Krishna's jivas are Krishna's jivas. So like Prabhupada so many times says, king is not alone. King has his palace, king has his country, king has his ministers, he has his soldiers, he has a wife, he has his children, family, everyone. So if you say king, you mean all. You cannot go to king's palace, you cannot go to meet king alone. Because you have to at least enter the palace. And then you'll meet the servants. Yeah? So when we say for pleasure of Krishna or for benefit of others, this means for others. So our activity should be selfless. So our chanting is the same. Why do we chant japa? That our kirtan become very, very powerful, very, very potent. And then we chant the sankirtan for the benefit of others. That empowers us and we empowers others. Like here we can see, here it is said, that one who explains it to others, you see, one who explains the supreme secret to devotees, means to others. Otherwise, why would he, one who reads and gives it out? Yeah? So, like this. And then in the same 4:10, where we read that one gets purified by knowledge. In the beginning we were reading 4:10. Being freed from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me, taking refuge in me, many, many persons in past became purified by knowledge of me. And thus they all attained transcendental love for me. So what is this attachment, fear and anger? A material attachment, which means a negligence of spiritual life. Not taking very seriously. Okay, feels good, no problem. But bhakti has to be intense. It's said in Bhagavatam, tivrena bhakti yogena. Tivra is like intense, fierce sun rays. So what intense, fierce sun rays do? We can see when someone passes urine on a street, sides, no? There are places, sometimes you go, you can feel. No? But then after a hot sunny day, it's all purified. So this is what sun rays are doing. Sun purifies the sun, fierce sun. When there is no sun, there is no purity, will not get purified. So the same, our heart is that place, that filthy place. So the tivra and the bhakti yoga and the tivra, that intense bhakti, will purify our heart from all that filth. So it has to be intense. We cannot just be negligent. So then the next, what is that fear mentioned here? Fear of a spiritual personal identity. Sometimes we experience so much terrible things in this material world, which is not a surprise, no? Because that world is meant, it's a prison house. What do you expect in a prison house? Nice things? It's already too nice. I think this prison house is too nice. Krishna made it too nice. The mangoes are here. So many nice things. What is here? Sitafal. So tasty. Can you imagine which prisoner gets that? So like that. But besides sitafal and mango, there are so many suffering in this world. So we may think, look at this body, it gives me so much suffering. What do I think? One more body to get? So this is how people become impersonalist Mayavadis. So that kind of, then the transcendental knowledge of Krishna will purify one from this type of fear and from negligence of spiritual life. And then from frustration, like anger, yeah? It's said that one is frustrated and angry, and then in the purport, Prabhupada said it takes to some abominable activities. So that's what transcendental knowledge purifies us from. And then what will happen, it said, we attain transcendental love for Krishna. It said, transcendental love for madbhavam agataha. Madbhavam, then you attain bhava. Transcendental love for me, agataha, attained. And Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that this taste, okay, he speaks here about, he speaks about 9 stages of devotional service, that everything starts with Shraddha, like we read in the verse, Shraddhavan, Anasuyaścha, Shraddhavan, Anasuyaścha. So it starts with faith. So then it goes more, and Prabhupada said here, he says that then one becomes free from material attachment, which we just also talked about. We get free from material attachment. One attains steadiness in self-realization and acquires a taste for hearing about absolute personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, which means also attains a taste for the Krishna himself. And Krishna and Krishna's name is non-different. So one attains the taste like that. This taste leads one farther forward to attachment for Krishna consciousness, which is matured in bhava, or the preliminary stage of transcendental love of God. And here Prabhupada explains, real love for God is called prema, the highest perfectional stage of life. In the prema stage, there is constant engagement in transcendental loving service of the Lord. Yeah? So here again we have to understand this, that prema is not that we'll start going and like, oh, it's so amazing, I feel so happy, nothing is wrong. Yeah? No, it's always engage in transcendental service to the Lord. Because you love the Lord. Oh my God, Krishna, look at his feet. He needs the massage. He's hungry, I have to cook. Oh my God, there is no gas, I have to take, there is no wood, I have to cut these things now, how you call logs. You know? So for Krishna. So where is peace? There is no peace. Peace. We talk peace, peace. I will attain this prema and there will be peace. It will be peace. No, it will be more problems. No, Krishna will tell you, no, I don't like these things. You cook me something else. And he didn't like, I have to cook more. Or then Sachimata cooks and Mahaprabhu eats. I didn't cook maybe. I don't know what I did. I have to cook again. The whole day spends cooking, and he's just eating. And is this peace? No. This is love. Love is not peace. When you love somebody, it's not peace. Your heart is thrilled. Your heart is palpitating. You can sleep at night. This is what love means. We can experience even in material world this with a material mundane objects. But can you imagine if you get it in a pure state? How powerful it is. You cannot contain it in this body anymore. And you leave this body. Then you gain your spiritual body. So that's what is constant engagement in transcendental loving service. So that's what we can judge actually advancement. We don't have to judge other, for ourselves we can judge. How much I can self-sacrifice for Krishna and for others. Or how much I self-pity. No, you have to understand, it's so cold outside, if I go out now and I'll do this thing, I'll definitely get a little cough. And if I get cough, then I'm not able to chant my 16 rounds. And if I didn't chant my 16 rounds in the morning, then in the evening I will be really upset and I will be annoyed with everything. So I cannot go and do anything. I'll just sit in my room as if room is warmer than outside. So like that. Huh? Is that advancement? No, it's self-pity. There are devotees. Their arm is broken, their leg is broken, everything is broken. They still go and do. They will go and do things. And the most advanced devotees in the spiritual world, the servants, the little maid servants of divine couple, they are saying, when that day will happen, that this is perfection, they aspire for that, then we serve so much, we do so much service, that we just drop down on the end of the bed of Radharani and we just... And then when then we serve again. So that's advancement. So then he says, and then it's interesting, he says, by slow process of devotional service, under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, one can attain the highest stage, being freed from all material attachments, from the fearfulness of one's individual spiritual personality, and from the frustration that results in void philosophy. Then one can ultimately attain to the abode of the Supreme Lord. So Srila Prabhupada says that pure, real love of God, called prema, will make us to attain abode of the Supreme Lord, which is the topmost pious place where the topmost pious people dwell. Haribol! Comments? Corrections? Please?
Very interesting lecture. Thank you.
What was so interesting?
The way you presented it, explained with examples, it was easy to understand.
So what did you understand?
To serve Krishna with love is very important.
Yes. With love. Selfless love. Thank you. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
What I wanted to ask is that how one can attain the Brahma with this touch. I read it in Bhagavad Gita, but I can't understand it. So that's why I'm asking from you.
So what did you read?
So one can fix all the desires from his heart. Only then he can attain the Brahma state or self-realization.
Yeah.
Knowing the soul.
And what you don't understand?
Yes, I don't understand.
How to give up desires.
Yes, you can explain it. Elaborate.
Yeah, so Prabhupada writes here now, we just read. What you just were reading that, no?
Yes,
Yeah, I will explain, no problem, don't worry. It says, by the slow process of devotional service. Slow process. Huh? You have to be patient. Slow process. Not tomorrow. Maybe it happen tomorrow. I don't know. Krishna can do anything. No? But slow. Prabhupada writes, slow process of devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. So you need to have a guide. So then what happens? One can attain the highest stage, being freed from all material attachments. So by the process of devotional service. So you need to engage in some devotional service. You have to have some service, and you have to have a guidance. You have to have spiritual authority. So you find this, and then you will attain the perfectional stage, free from all material desires. It depends on you. How much your bhakti is tivrena. How much tivra is there, how much intensity you put. Like we just spoke, no? When a place is dirty, the material desires is considered dirt. So if this place is full, everyone pass stool here, everyone pass urine here, very dirty. And there is no sun in this room. It will never get purified. It will just compose and stink and be filthy. But if that happens in a field, like in villages, no? People go do these things in the field. Yeah. And then it's pure. Then next year you can plant the vegetables and it grows very nicely. Because sun is very fierce. So if you make your devotional service fierce, you take it seriously, don't just be independent. You go find your authority. You surrender to that authority. And you do your intense devotional service. Exactly like Prabhupada is saying. Then it will be very quickly. Very quickly. And you have to have confidence about that. Yes? Haribol! Srila Prabhupada ki jai! Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai!